Then a hip hop Patreon classic review, because that means you voted for it. So if you are not a Patreon, make sure you go subscribe, become a Patreon today. You support everything that we do. You guys selected this, man. Big Pun, Capital Punishment. B. Who this shit beat out?
Scarface, The Diary with 21%. Public Enemy, It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Down at 17%. Main Source, Breaking Atoms, only 2%. Smith & Wesson, this one got a little bit more now. The Shining has 9%.
They 9%. Uniting for the brother.
Right. The Far Side, Lab Cabin, California, 6%. Styles P, A Gangsta and a Gentleman, 3%. And of course, Big Pun won.
That was
with 39%.
About, yeah, man. We talking about the Puerto Rican Biggie. We talk about the first Latin artist to go platinum. Like we talking about a lot when it comes to Big Pun, man.
Why is it classic, people?
Man, it's classic to me. First Latin rapper to go platinum. Just based off of that, I think the success that he had, that charisma, that syllable rap, man, like shit. Like Myke said, man, you put this on, it doesn't sound dated. I can definitely agree with that.
I really don't know. What is a classic. The fact that I just love this album so much, but I can say this as a huge Black Thought fan. I think Big Pun did one of the things that not a lot of MCs do, and he pretty much outshined Black Thought on the song.
That's why it's classic.
No.
That's a good try. He was nigga
I was nigga definitely.
Like we got opportunities to think about this and say like whether we think it's a classic.
Okay, do you think it's a classic? You talking all this shit?
I think it is. Yeah,
Why?
I think it is. I think,
why?
Like you said, like for Feefo's reason he was the first Latin rapper to go platinum with this album. No, that's not it.
Okay, what did we got?
His technical skill was superb, better than, like you said, even Biggie. Mm-hmm. No skippable tracks. Going back to B, that's like 3 or 4 things right there.
That makes it classic?
That can be part of the reason why it's classic, is what I'm saying, more so than it not being a classic.
I don't know if I agree with that.
And then y'all say y'all can play it today.
Look, nobody's saying that it's not. Only thing he says he doesn't know.
I just gave you 5 reasons though.
Yeah,
why
but
it could
you can't
be
jump on something they don't know.
Based on what we consider classics, I just gave 5 reasons that we all have. Huh?
Because it's not skippable track. That's why it's classic.
You don't know either?
I don't.
Frustrated camera man.
Because it should be in the conversation.
See, this is why people don't bring his ass up, because y'all don't know.
But
no, that's not. No,
right,
that is not the same argument.
All right.
Just because you don't have a classic album does not mean you're not one of the best rappers to ever touch a mic.
You were very critical of people like, yo, he should get brought up and all this, but you can't even say whether this album is classic or not.
That's not.
I'm calling y'all ass out on this shit, man.
You're calling us out on the wrong argument.
I'm not, though.
That is not the same argument. I don't know if does Kool G Rap have a classic album? Exactly. But Kool G Rap is easily one of the best rappers of all time. But I don't think I would say that Kool G Rap has a classic album.
And I fucking love 456.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you're making the argument synonymous, and it's not.
I'm not making this synonymous. All I'm saying is that the man already doesn't have much to go off of, right? Because he had 2 albums, one came out after his death.
Yeah.
So he needs something to hold his stake.
And this is a great debut album from top to bottom. But when this came up and I was listening to it, I started thinking, I was like, is this a classic album? And I was like, jeez, I don't think it might be. I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, if this isn't, what is?
I think it should.
Okay, so what's it? So we can safely say that Biggie's album Ready to Die is a classic album, right? Right?
Yeah. That album affected way more people than Pun's did.
Like this is, and yeah, this is I mean, I hate to say it, it's an afterthought for a lot of people. It's sad.
You can say that he is an amazing rapper, but he doesn't have to have a classic album.
But the album is damn near flawless based on you guys' description of it.
It's flawless and has no skippable tracks.
I mean that's
cool.
2. That's 2, right?
I mean, maybe now we're introducing the conversation, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe we should start looking and considering whether or not Big Pun's Capital Punishment should be considered a classic album. You know, we can introduce that to the hip hop sphere, but I don't know if we could definitively call it right now.
We're questioning
I think it should
whether
be part
Big
of the
Pun's
discussion.
Capital Punishment is a classic album right now.
People are just saying that they're not sure. And for some reason you're offended by this.
I'm not offended.
The criteria.
I'm not. No, listen. I'm not offended.
Sounds like it.
I'm just saying, like, are we really going on record and saying that we are unsure that Big Pun's Capital Punishment album is not a classic?